Hey. Welcome to episode 4. Fearless episode 4. The Fearless 4. That's what I'm calling it. The Fearless 4. Gotta get all coffeeed up. Gotta get ready for this crazy episode number 4. Welcome to episode 4, Taylor Neely Show. This show gets more episodes by the week. They're counting up, baby. There's no reason there shouldn't be a 5th one by next week. There's no reason that shouldn't happen. I'm telling you, and you're looking at me like, Taylor, you think it'll happen? Certainly will. Certainly. Thank you for joining me. I'm Taylor Neely. This is my show. It's a podcast with a video element, and we're doing it. Why are we doing it? It's a good question. That's a really good question. Why am I doing it? Because the world needs more podcasts. It needs more. What was missing in the world of podcasts? A podcast by me? There certainly was a podcast with me in the world. Well, there is one. There is one. It's called Sober Boys. I do that with my friend Drew Quillian. And so there is one with me. So I am turning the podcast space on its head. Let's be honest. I came into the podcast space. I said, it's empty. It's missing a guy that the comedy he does it doesn't make sense. And it doesn't have punchlines. And that's just how I do it. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about the one thing I wrote in my phone I should talk about. And that's stealing. Hold for neighbor. All right, and we held for neighbor. And we're back. Thank you so much for holding. Well, I'll cut that out, but I had to hold. I had to wait patiently while my neighbor came up the stairs with her what sounded like a whole bunch of brown paper bags inside of a brown paper bag because it crumpled like that. You know how brown paper bags crumple? So, living in an apartment I've been doing it for years now. Multiples of years I've been doing it, and it's good. But neighbors can be, you gotta be mindful of them. I had a neighbor who used to live below me, and when I first moved in, I was organizing my clothes one night and putting them in my dresser, and and I had AirPods in. I'm an Apple boy. I had AirPods in, and I heard like a banging, and I guess I was being too loud moving clothes, dropping clothes on the floor. Because you know how when you drop clothes on the ground, they sound like bricks, apparently. And my neighbor was mad. He was hitting my ceiling and like, oh, he was yelling. He was yelling at me. And for about this first 3 to 6 months I lived here, I'm going on my second year living in this apartment. He would just, if I tiptoed around, he would hit the ceiling. If I dropped a bag of feathers and the bag itself had a parachute attached to it, he would hit the ceiling. He didn't want a single peep of noise happening. And what also made me mad about him living below me was he was never here. He was never ever here, and he was this short little guy, and he walked kind of gay, and I think he was, and I really didn't like him. And I'm glad he's gone. I think a girl moved in down below, and she doesn't have the balls to hit the ceiling of my apartment. But that guy, he's gone. I did come home once, and he had an eviction notice. Nope, he didn't have an eviction notice. He had a court thing, and it said he owed the court money, and I was so happy. I'll tell you what, I don't want people to get evicted, but if you're hitting the floor of my apartment through your ceiling, I hope you get evicted. Because I don't want you doing that, because I wasn't stomping around that loud. I was never, ever stomping around that loud. I don't stomp. Sure, I wear tap shoes for fun in my apartment, but that's neither here nor there. They're not that loud. Sure, I walk on all fours. And so then I'm on my knees and my hands. And my tap shoes would hit the floor. They would hit the floor, so sure, maybe that made some noise. Sure. I bring up bags of pebbles I buy pebbles at Home Depot, like river rocks, and I dump them all out on my floor, and I kind of see which ones are the best, and then I have a steel bucket, like a big steel basin thing, and I dump them in there right above your bedroom, but that's not that much noise. Okay? Be an adult, grow up, wear headphones, buy noise canceling headphones, buy $150 Bose noise canceling headphones and wear those if you think the noise is so loud. Don't put it on me to be quiet. I'm not going to quiet down. This is my apartment. I rent. I pay money here. I can do whatever I want. Well, I can't smoke in here, but I can do whatever I want except smoking. And hard drugs. You're not allowed to do hard drugs in an apartment. I've broken that rule. Well, I haven't. As far as my leasing company is concerned, I have not. I've never smoked crack or methamphetamine in this apartment. I've never done that. I wouldn't do that. It's in my lease. It says no illicit substances. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. I would never ever smoke meth in this apartment and then peek out the blinds once I got paranoid. I wouldn't do that. I'm not allowed. I don't break the rules. I don't break the rules. I've never broken the rules in my life. Ever when it's come to nothing in my life, I've never broken the rules. I don't break rules. I did. What kind of rules did I break growing up? Oh, man. I've been in trouble with the police. First time I was ever in trouble with the police, I was at the laundromat with my mom. And first off, why was I ever at the laundromat? I got to call my mom and figure out why we're at the laundromat. But we were at the laundromat for some reason. Maybe we were poor for a week. I don't know. But we were at the laundromat. I don't mean, What I'm saying is I was at the laundromat. And who usually goes to the laundromat? People who don't own washers and dryers. And people that don't own washers and dryers typically probably are less financially well off than people that do. So maybe we were poor for a week. And we were at the laundromat. And me and my brother, there were some payphones there. And we were playing with them, and we kept calling 911 and hanging up. Because in our minds, in what I think remembering back to it is, payphone shouldn't work if you don't have coins to put in it. No coins, no phone. But we kept calling 911, someone kept picking up, and we didn't think like, oh, the payphone will work if there's an emergency, you can call 911. So we called 911 like, I don't know, 25 times. It wasn't that many times, but then the police showed up and we got in big trouble. And then when I got home, my dad took me on a ride in his 2004 Infiniti G35, and he was just like, so you were calling the police from the payphone. All right. And they didn't do anything. My dad would never hit me. He's never hit me once in my entire life. He smacked me in the back of the head once after I smoked weed, because I went to the emergency room a little bit of time before that when I came to visit Atlanta because I took acid, and then I went to the emergency room because I smoked weed, and I started freaking out that I was having a stroke. I went to the hospital like 3 times because of weed because I thought I was having a stroke. I hate marijuana. CBD I think is good. I think I mostly stay away from these days. It doesn't, I just don't, I really don't do it. I do it sometimes. But for the most part, I'm not out here doing CBD. I'm bevved up, baby. I'm bevved up. Call me Taylor Bevved Up Neely. Sorry, Bevved Up Taylor Christian Neely. What was I saying? At the laundromat. And that was the time I got in trouble. Oh, that car, that Infiniti G35, full circle. We got in trouble with the police. I then, in summer of 2018, I went to see Dave Keckner at the Funny Bone with my friend Sam Fisher at the time. I was microdosing acid at the time. And I also started drinking later that day. And drunk me was like, I'm going to turn this microdose into a macrodose. And so I just took the equivalent of, I don't know, a tab or two. And I drove me and Sam to go see Dave Keckner at the Funny Bone. At the Funny Bone, we probably ordered 3 or 5 buckets of beers. And right before the show was almost over, and the server came over and was like, do you want your check? And I said, 1 more bucket. And so I probably drank 12, 15 beers over the course of the night. I was messed up. And I I couldn't drive, and my friend tried to drive my car out of the parking garage, but it was stick shift, and I insisted on driving. So, and because I was on acid, you know what acid does? It convinces you can drive stick shift. And the only memory I have then after that is I don't have any memories. I don't have memories leaving the show. The only memory I have is driving my car straight into a guardrail, and I slammed it into a guardrail, and I woke up in front of someone else's house, parked in their garage, their driveway, in their garage. I just pulled in, crashed through the garage door, house destroyed. No, it was 8 a.m. And then I was like, I can't be in this person's driveway. So then I drove and parked it at a public park and slept it off till about 11:30 a.m. And then my phone was dead. And so I saw two pregnant ladies, very pregnant ladies, about to pop. I asked her, hey, can I borrow your newborn baby's phone? I asked her if I could borrow her phone. I called my mom from their phone. Mom came and picked me up. I was fine. Police didn't get in trouble because so what I'm trying to say is the police, I got in trouble for calling the police at the laundromat, and because I got in trouble with them, the police didn't come when I crashed the car because they already had come before because of the Infiniti G35. You see what I'm saying? See how it all comes full circle? The Infiniti G35 was a staple in my life from 2004 until 2018 when I crashed it. We salute you, 2004 Infiniti G35 that I crashed. The car was a great car, and I destroyed it. That's the first time I crashed a car, drunk as heck. Second time I crashed a car was March before last. I was I had a 2009 Ford Mustang. It was supercharged. It had a Rouse supercharger on it. It had almost 500 horsepower. It was very fast. And I had no business buying this car. About me, I've made poor financial decisions. I'm getting better about it. Like, for instance, I just bought this Apple Watch. I'm getting better about making financial decisions and not financing stuff. I didn't finance this watch. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't finance this watch through a firm. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't finance a watch through a firm. I wouldn't finance an Apple Watch through a firm so I could use it as a golf watch. Here's the thing about me. I get one thing in my head, and I can't get it out. This Apple Watch last week, I was like, I think it'd be really nice. I Googled, people were using rangefinders for golf. I love golf. Think about me, love golf. And I noticed, I was thinking, I think it would really be helpful if I had a rangefinder. But what if I Google, what's better, rangefinder or golf watch? Google that, and basically you can use your watch as a rangefinder. So that's why I got this watch. And then I was looking at golf watches. I was like, well, if I'm going to get a golf watch, why wouldn't I just get an Apple Watch? And I've been a no Apple Watch stan for, am I using that right? A stan? I'm like Stan. That's me. I'm a stan. I'm a stan. Just a regular guy. A stan. That's what it means, right? Stan? It means a regular guy. Like I'm an elephant stan. Like I'm a regular guy that likes elephants. I think that's what that means. It has to be. It has to be what it means. Back to the golf watch. Anyways, I bought the Apple Watch because they want to use it as a golf watch. But now I just have an Apple Watch all the time because I'm a big little watch guy. Like cheap watches, like watches like the not G-Shocks. I think they're G-Shocks, but they're what the heck? Clear all. And I'm just still getting used to this, but I think I got it. But I got this watch today, and it was really frustrating me. I got it yesterday, but I got this because I want to wear it at work because I'm a handyman, but I don't want to destroy it. So I got this nice case. It's a waterproof case, and I got a screen protector. And then today, when I went to Target, when I could get away to put this screen protector on, I was having a lot of trouble figuring out. how to put the screen protector on. I bought one for $16 and I really messed it up. So I had to go buy another one for $16 and it didn't make sense because it's a real flimsy screen protector. It's not like an iPhone screen that's basically a piece of tempered glass. It's something way different and I wasn't ready for it to be different than that. So I didn't read the instructions on the first one. Oops. I wish the instructions, the box should have said, hey, this won't be the same as an Apple Watch. It won't be a piece of little thin glass. It's going to be different. No, it was far different. It was like a flimsy little piece of that has glass feel. Coming in hot. I don't want a Yelp thing. No. I'm going to have to turn off all sorts of different kinds of notifications on this thing. Here, look. I can do this. I can do driving, do not disturb on for 1 hour. There. And that's how it's done. That's how you put on do not disturb. I don't want my wrist vibrating while I'm trying to do this podcast. This show that people every week, they're waiting on fingers and toes. When is Taylor going to drop? When is Taylor and Haley's show going to drop next? When's it going to happen? Well, it's here. You don't have to wait any longer. It's here. We're dropping the cold biting facts. We're ripping. We're roaring. We're biting our skin of our teeth. We're coming off of a week of just fun and family and so anyways, financial decisions. Yes, bought the watch. The Mustang. That's what I was talking about. So I bought a car through Carvana, Mustang. It was like almost $500 a month for a second car, and I went through I had 2 cars for like 4 years, and you don't need 2 cars. I have a nice GMC Sierra now. It's 1 truck, and it does everything I need. It's good for work. It's comfortable inside. Leather seats, 4-wheel drive, fast V8, nice little Cayenne air intake. It sounds good. Ice cube on the floor over there that I dropped that is slowly puddling. Who's going to clean that up, Taylor? It's you. You live here by yourself. So no one's going to clean up your mess. No one's going to clean up your mess, Taylor. The only one that's going to clean up your mess is you. And I've been pretty good about cleaning up my messes lately. I'm feeling good. But the Mustang, so I had, let's see. That Monday, I did this bit at McCracken's where they have an open mic where I was like, hey, how come, why don't Southern judges talk like this anymore? I swear to God. They don't talk like that anymore. It's like, I sentence you to a long time in jail. You're gonna rot in jail. Your bones are gonna turn to dust. You're gonna become an old man in jail. I swear to God, you're gonna pay for your crimes, young man. Why don't Southern judges talk like that? So I did that. I kept saying, I swear to God, at McCracken's, and it crushed. It absolutely ripped the room apart. Room absolutely destroyed. Roof caved in on itself. People blew up. People just blew up. It was so funny. I mean, I ripped that room into pieces. And that doesn't always happen, but when it does, it feels really good. And so Tuesday, I was like, this is going to fucking crush. Excuse me. This is going to dang crush here at the Laughing Skull open mic. And I went and did it, and it just fell flat. And I felt embarrassed. It didn't go well. And then I went to another mic and bombed Tuesday. Classic Tuesday for Taylor. And then I went to Limerick. Nick Murphy was hosting, who is hilarious. Nick Murphy is a very, very funny Atlanta comedian. He's very funny. I hope he hears this, and he says thank you. So I just bombed it up, and so I was driving the Mustang home, and I used to drive stupid. I'm going to be honest with you. When I had a rear-wheel drive, I would try to drift it, and this car was so overpowered. Classic 2009 Ford Mustang GT. Fucking took it onto the highway, just tried to drift it, and just too much, and crashed it right into a cement wall. I crashed it right in YouTube. I'm sorry I swore. I promise you I'll be a little bit better. But I crashed it. Airbag, I mean, maybe I'll put a picture up right here. I mean, it was bad. I totaled the car, and then, so 2 cars I've totaled. 1 drunk and 1 sober. In the Mustang, then, Carvana wasn't going to pay off the loan, and so I got a lawyer. We sued Carvana, and I got some money because they weren't going to pay off the loan. And it doesn't matter that it was my fault. It's the fact that they didn't uphold their end of the bargain. It was my fault I crashed the car, but it's Carvana's fault for not wanting to pay off the loan. They said they would pay off. That's why I got gap coverage. And long story short, I make bad financial decisions. I'm getting better about it, though. I have credit cards I've paid off. I have 2 balances that are a little high that I am working on paying off, but it's good. Oh, so here we are. Here we are, episode 4. Fun stuff. What else? I don't know what else. I think I've been feeling pretty good. Life's been pretty good. Last week, felt incredible. Week before that, felt incredible. This week, it's Tuesday. Feeling good so far. What have I been doing? I've been doing what I should do. Did make my bed this morning. I've been making my bed. That really helps. Making my bed, praying to God every morning, and just making the bed, praying to God starts my day off right. And it starts my day off with, I don't know why it does, but it just subconsciously kind of makes me feel better. Makes me feel neat. Makes me feel like the neat little boy I am, because I will let things get... I have organized clutter in my apartment. It's not... I was walking around barefoot in here, and I was like, this floor feels fine. It doesn't feel dirty at all. I bet if I mopped it, it would get up some grime, but there's not crumbs everywhere. I hate crumbs everywhere. I hate pet hair everywhere. I hate crumbs. But right now, there's no crumbs on the floor. No dust, no dirt, no grime, no guts. It's all good. It's all clean. It's good. It's clean enough for me to walk around barefoot and feel good about. So, what else is going on? Work is going good. What can I talk about in popular culture? I'm just not clued in on popular culture. I know what's going on. I know what's going on with Hunter Biden doing cocaine in the White House. He did. He definitely did. Which is cool. When I was doing cocaine, if I could have smoked crack in the White House, done cocaine in the White House, come on. That is a bucket list thing. I've been saying things about buckets lately. Number 1 was from earlier when I was talking about dropping stones into a steel bucket so as to make my neighbor mad. And the other bucket list thing, so do cocaine in the White House. Obviously, that's on everyone's bucket list. Even if you're a little tiny old lady and you haven't done that yet, it could still be... Who would pass up the opportunity to do cocaine where John F. Kennedy has done cocaine? Huh? Who would pass up that opportunity to pass up where Bill Clinton got a blowjob from Monica Lewinsky? Huh? Where, who's a fun president? Andrew Garfield, where President Andrew Garfield had, he was known to walk around with pants off. He wore the suit, but he would walk around with pants off. President Andrew Garfield would walk around with no pants on, and he would have those weird old socks that came up to like here on him. Like that you had suspenders for your socks. What was with that? Why did we used to have suspenders for socks? Why? Sure, suspenders for socks, because I guess there wasn't elastic in socks. Was that it? And socks would crumple down and they would be all bunched up at the bottom and it just didn't look good. So that's why we had suspenders for socks. I wonder if anyone ever had like belts for socks. Was that ever an invention, do you think? There was ever an invention that was belts for socks? Because there was suspenders for socks, but was there belts for socks? I'm excited for my dinner. I'm going to have salmon and rice. Uncle Ben's rice. Is Uncle Ben's racist now? I can't remember. I can't remember if he got canceled along with Auntie Aunt Jemima. Might have been. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. I'm wearing longs. Sorry, I'm all over the place. But what else is new? And I'm not a professional, so I'm not a professional. I don't get paid to do this. I do this for free in hopes that one day I could do it so I don't have to have a regular job. That's just the thing about me is I just don't want to have a regular job. Hulk Hogan's been doing the podcast circuit recently, and he said he didn't want to have a regular job. That's why I wanted to do acting originally. Was because I didn't want to have a regular job. And there's nothing against a regular job, but I have a pull inside of me to do something that isn't ordinary. So that's why I am a handyman. I work for myself. I'm my own boss. I love being my own boss. It comes with its drawbacks, but it comes with its good backs, pro backs. Con has its cons, but it also has its pros. The pros heavily outweigh the cons. Like, I never have to put in PTO. Sure, I don't get paid time off, but I don't have to request it. And I make enough money as a handyman where the not making money when I'm on vacation isn't that big a deal. It's worth it not to have a boss to have to answer to, not to only be able to get time off however many X times a year. I can take off, like when I'm going up to Ohio next month, August month, for a wedding, and while I'm on the 19th through the 25th, wedding's on the 26th. My best friend from growing up, Gwen Cecil, she has a wedding. And she won't let me be the bride. I don't know why. I want to marry her fiance. She won't let me be the bride. I begged and I pleaded, but she said, this is the man I'm marrying. And I said, what if we did it different? What if you did, Gwen, look at me. You could be the first bride in history to have someone else be the bride in your wedding, but you still get to be married. Just let me be the bride, okay? I don't want to be the flower girl. I don't want to be the ring boy. And is ring bear, like, is it just a big gay guy that gives the rings? It's the ring bear, the big gay guy that gives the ring to the bride and the groom. And he gets a little kiss from the groom. He gets the ring bear. If you have a ring bear at your wedding, it's fun, but he does get a little kiss from the groom. That's just what the ring bear gets. Big burly gay guy, he gets a kiss from the groom. That's what I'm going to have at my wedding when I have my wedding one day. I'm going to have a ring bear, okay? Not a ring otter. I don't know the other gay names for the things like bear, otter. Twink is little tiny gay guy. That one feels like you're not allowed to say it. It feels derogatory. So, I'm only going to say it that one time. I don't know if it's derogatory, but it feels derogatory. It feels not allowed. It feels apropos of nothing. It feels, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. So, but I'm going up to the 19th, the 20th, the 22nd. I'll be back in Atlanta. The 19th, 20th, I'm in Knoxville. I'm in Nashville the 24th. And in Cincinnati, the 25th. And back in Atlanta for the main show, Limerick main show on the 22nd. August is a busy month for me, I guess. It's not that busy. I'm just doing showcase-style shows. But that's another one of these reasons I'm doing this podcast, because I'm feeling like I need a place where I can just kind of talk out stuff. Because recently I've been feeling like, no one wants to see me in Atlanta. They booked me. They did it. It's just what happens in my head. In my head, because I haven't been getting booked lately. I've only been doing comedy for 2.5 years, so I'm not owed anything. Okay? Taylor, you're not owed a single thing by anyone in Atlanta. Everyone's trying to do the same thing. Everyone wants to get booked. But in my head, I'm like, I don't get this thing. So I'm just it's never going to work out, and I'll have to be a handyman forever, which people are handyman all the time. And I have a good setup. I need to remember I have a good setup, okay? I don't have a boss. I don't need to go into an office. My office is on wheels. My office moves. Even though the check engine light came on the other day and then went out for no reason at all, and I was worried about it, and I was Googling things. Here's the thing about Googling things is, about a car is you'll get two extremes of answers. One is your car's going to explode and pull it over immediately. Car's going to explode if you don't. You are going to be in debt millions of dollars to the mechanic that fixed it because it was such a big problem. It caused a bigger problem than the biggest problem ever in the history of problems is the one Google answer. And the other one is, don't worry about it. That's the other answer that I get from Googling, why did my check engine light flash a little bit and then go out? Why did that happen? Because then it was fine. Okay? It's fine now. So I don't know, but I love being my own boss because it gives me freedom, is what I'm trying to say. It gives me the freedom to not have to answer to a boss. I can go golf when I want. I mean, I got to finish jobs, but I finished work today at like 4 o'clock. I came home and I was like, I really want to go golf because I got this golf watch. I want to try it out. Or I could take a little nap. I took like a 20-minute little nap, and I feel, man, not eating bread during the week, I feel way better. I'm not tired, and I can feel like on the way home and when I was here, I was like, do I really even need a nap? And the nap I took was so short, and I wasn't all groggy when I woke up. It's like I don't think I'm gluten. I don't think I have a gluten intolerance, but maybe I do have a little tiny one where it makes me tired. Maybe the only symptom I get from bread is being tired, being fatigued. I don't like being fatigued. I was at the point where I was so fatigued by being fatigued. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't go on. I need to make a change or else I don't know what would happen, but it just like I feel more clear-headed. I don't feel foggy in my head. And my head feels like there's not a bunch of mush hanging around. No brain fog. No brain fog at all. And I was on Alpha. I was doing Alpha Brain for a while, but I haven't been in a while because it's expensive. And I think I'm okay without it. But then I'm like, I get my head like, what was I doing better at comedy on stage when I was taking Alpha Brain? I'm probably going to order some, honestly, soon because I think it does make me better at comedy. It could not. Who knows if it does? It might not. It might. It could be snake oil. It could be snake oil, but I haven't been taking it for a minute, and I feel fine not taking it. But maybe I'd be better if I did for podcasting. So, pause. Look, it's on sale. So we're going to do it. Get it Wednesday, July 22nd. It'll be here tomorrow. Buy now. I did it. I bought Alpha Brain because I want to do an experiment if Alpha Brain makes me better at podcasting. I'm sure I think it works. I like a little bit of a nootropic edge, you know? I know it's peddled by Joe Rogan, but I don't have a problem with Joe Rogan. What did he do to me? My other podcast partner says he has Nazis on his podcast. I don't think he ever had the guy. I don't think Joe Rogan ever had a Nazi on his podcast. And I keep meaning to ask Drew, when was there a Nazi on his podcast? I need you to tell me because I swear to God, because I can quote every episode of Joe Rogan word for word. That's where my autism is, in quoting every Joe Rogan episode word for word. That's just where it is. It's where it lies inside. That's the beast. That's the beast inside, baby. The beast. Everyone's going to be autistic one day, I think. I think that's just how it's going to happen. I mean, it seems like autism kind of is, light autism, like a sprinkle of it, is kind of a superpower. It makes you smart. Maybe autism is just being smarter, smarter in a certain way. But I'm like, I can understand why the stereotype of people with autism love trains. It's a stereotype. It's hack. It's done. But my thing is like, when I meet someone and if I see the car they drive, I know immediately. I remember for the rest of the time what car they drive. And I'm just thinking right now, Alex Libby, Buick Encore. Michael Wurst, Nissan Maxima or Altima. Jason Halsey, Toyota Camry. AJ Cagle, Toyota Tacoma. Luke Bentley, Toyota 4Runner. Mandel, Tevin Williams, Chevy Cruze. I'm trying to think the good cop, rad cop boys. I think Prius. It's a Prius. I remember Toyota Prius, dude. I got it. It's in my brain. It's really easy for me. Will Wright, Honda Accord. I don't know why it's easy because I like cars maybe. It's just easier for me to remember that about someone. I don't know. I don't think anything has been said that's been funny this episode, but that's okay. I'm going to eat salmon for dinner. I'm excited for salmon. Salmon's so good. Buttery, smooth salmon. Buttery, delicious salmon. Oh, it's going to be so good with that cilantro lime. It's going to be so good. Undoubtedly good, Some things are so good They taste so good. If I ever get rich, because deep down I feel like a rich guy. You know, anyone else feel that way? Does anyone else out there in the world, breaker, this is Turkey Feet Hustler. Breaker, this is Turkey Feet Hustler. You know, ever out there feel like a big rich guy trapped in a trucker's body? Because that's what I feel like. I'm like, if I could just eventually turn into who I am deep down, which is a rich guy, that'd be great. I don't know when it'll happen. I don't know when my final transformation will happen and I'll become a rich guy. But maybe my investments will pay off. Maybe my non-traditional investments will pay off. And what are those? What are my non-traditional investments? Stand-up comedy. That's an investment right there. But if I could just reach the point where I'm making, it's easy, $750,000 a year, that's all. That's all I need is $750,000 a year, and I'll be comfortable. I'll be able to finally be happy with myself, pleased with myself. No, I wonder what the happy place is, because everyone's saying like $80K a year is where you're happy. That's not it. I don't think that's it anymore. I think it's probably like $150,000 to $200,000 a year. You're happy. You don't need anything else. That might be it. You can buy a comfortable car. You can buy a house. You can. Because I just want to golf 2 times a week, do comedy, and practice golf. I don't even know. We're off the rails. We're really not anywhere at all in this episode, but that's okay. We're trying to figure out what it could be, what this show could be. It's just a place where I can talk about nothing important at all. Nothing important at all. My voice has sounded extra raspy lately. I don't know what that is about at all. Maybe it's because I used to smoke crack cocaine and I didn't burn off the metal covering on the Brillo, so I've inhaled lots of toxic stuff into my lungs. And look at me, I'm strong. I'm the strongest I've ever been. I'm the strongest crack smoker you've ever seen. Me and Hunter Biden. Look at us, specimens. We're built different. Me and Hunter Biden, we are built different. We can smoke crack. We can drive cars fast. Hunter Biden driving 175 miles per hour on the highway in a Porsche, smoking crack in a Porsche, just speeding so fast. That's beyond speeding at that point. That's a different level of speeding. Because I've been saying this differently, like watching someone who's been doing stand-up comedy forever, someone who's on the PGA Tour, like a professional golfer, a professional stand-up comedian, heck, someone who's a really good cook, been a chef forever. This guy that I'm going to see at the meeting I'm going to tonight, because I'm going to a meeting, because I'm going to be sober for the rest of the day. Today. People like that who make an art out of something, golf artist. He's playing a different level of golf than me. Rory Scovel, really great comedian. He's doing a different level of comedy than me. Hunter Biden, he makes smoking crack look like an art. He has mastered the art of smoking crack. He's doing everything right when it comes to smoking crack. He's videotaping himself doing it all the time. He's buying hookers, smoking crack with them. He's abandoning laptops in places. He's doing the crackhead things that only the best can do when smoking crack. He is the president of the United States' son, and he's smoking crack. Successfully. He's not getting in trouble. He's getting away with anything. He's getting money from Ukraine or whatever that is, Burisma, whatever that is. It doesn't matter to me, and he's still smoking crack. That is truly incredible. That is, for me, a diehard crackhead to the core. Me, Taylor Neely, a diehard crackhead to the core. Who's sober right now. I'm not going to do it today, but I'm saying there is a romantic part of me that's watching Hunter Biden on the steps at the White House. They're videotaping him, and he's clearly coked to the gills, just like, and he's seeing his wife, and there's a child, and he's clearly geeked out of his mind. I'm watching that. I was like, that's awesome, dude. You're taking smoking crack, and you're running with it. You're pushing it to his limit. You're driving a car 175 miles per hour to Las Vegas and get away with it. I mean, this man does not get any paranoia when it comes to crack. The worst part of crack is coming down, because this man never comes down. He's a rock star. Hunter Biden is a rock star, and I hope he keeps. I hope he gets sober and he's okay. I feel bad for the guy. I just feel bad for the guy because I don't think Joe Biden likes him. I don't think Joe Biden gives a heck about his son. I could be wrong, and that's wrong of me to say. I'm not going to be political about this. I'm going to be from a sober perspective, looking at Hunter Biden, the way he smoked crack he's in a rehab, in a bath, smoking crack. He's doing it all. He is crossing everything off his crack smoking bucket list. He smoked crack. He's done cocaine in the White House. That's pretty cool. If I wish I could say that. I wish I could say I've smoked crack in the White House, done cocaine in the White House. And he's also smart about it. See, Hunter Biden is not an idiot. He chooses his battles wisely. The ones where, he videotapes, he probably shouldn't videotape himself every single time. Maybe he should. He's smoking crack. When you're that high on cocaine, which is what crack is, you're just smoking it, everything seems like a good idea. I once went home to Columbus, Ohio, and I got really drunk the night before and took mushrooms and pissed all over my brother Garrett's fraternity brother's couch. And then I went home and slept off the hangover, and I had vodka left over, drank that. I told my dad, hey, I'm going to go get some sushi. And little did he know, I wasn't going to go get sushi. I was going to go look for hard drugs. And so I picked up this homeless guy on High Street in Columbus, Ohio. He got my car and asked if he knew where to get crack. And he didn't, or he could call a guy, but he had some meth on him. And I went and smoked meth with this homeless guy. And he wanted to suck my dick, and it didn't happen. I didn't get high enough for that to happen, and that's just, I don't play that, That's just not even when I'm on meth, I don't really want a homeless man to suck my dick, because who knows the last time he brushed his teeth? And that wasn't even what I was thinking about. I don't really want a man to suck my dick. I didn't want that to happen. But I told my dad I was going to go get sushi, and then I disappeared for a day and a half. And that was one of the bottom moments for me. I've had many bottoms when it's come. Usually drugs bring me to a bottom pretty quick, but because I bought cocaine, I did all the cocaine after smoking meth, and the come down was horrendous. And I just cried to my brother and his girlfriend, and it was just bad. That story really petered out. But Hunter Biden, he's got a story. He should just write a memoir about smoking crack, everything he's done smoking crack, because he's clearly still getting messed up. He's still clearly off the rails. How do you stop a man like that can't get in trouble? He's the president of the United States' son. He is untouchable, okay? So many politicians are corrupt. They're not going to go to jail. Lots of them are bad. I don't think the government cares about the American public. They clearly just care about money. It's run by money, and they don't care about the American people. If you think Joe Biden cares about the American people, he doesn't care about anything. He's mental decline, which is sad. It's sad to see a man like that trying to run the country. It's hilarious. It's a clown show. That's why I'm writing myself in for president. That's what I always do. I write myself in one spot in an election. I always write myself in. But Hunter Biden, he's living the crack smoking dream. He's what every crackhead dreams of when they're a crackhead little boy, is growing up to be the president of the United States' son, so he can do cocaine in the White House, drive a Porsche 175 miles per hour, and smoke crack while doing so, take pictures of it, and there's no repercussions. Because what do? They put Hunter Biden in jail? No, put him in timeout. He gets put in timeout at the most, but no, he's right back at it. When I was a crack smoking little boy, it's like, if I could grow up to be the president of the United States' son, make millions of dollars, and literally smoke it away, that's my dream right there. It is kind of admirable what Hunter Biden can do. It is cool. It's cool in a very sad way, but I look at things like I'll drive past, because I used to just go to gas stations or anywhere I saw homeless people and ask them, hey, you know where to get rock? You know where to get hard? Because hard is crack, soft is powdered cocaine. I know I talk a lot about smoking crack, but it is a wild part of my life that I don't know if I enjoy talking about it, but it is crazy to be like, I'm alive. Motherfucker. Crack didn't kill me. Crack can't take out Taylor Neely out because, like I said, me and Hunter Biden, we're one and the same. We're built different. Dude, if I was in Hunter Biden's shoes, I'd be doing exactly what he did. The only reason I never carried out a months-long crack binge is because I didn't have money, and secondly, couldn't get my hand on sedatives like Percocet or Xanax. It was always one, and I wanted it, but I'm sure Hunter is also coming down. He has drugs to make the come down better. So he's living large, baby. Hunter Biden is living large. You know, at my core, me, crack smoking Taylor, he's jealous of Hunter Biden. He sees that and he says, rock on, brother. Crack smoking me says, rock on, brother, because you're doing it. You're pushing it to the edge. So I've said the same thing about 50 times over and over, and we're closing it out here. This episode, it's been fun, guys. I've enjoyed it. It's been good. I don't know if I have much more else to say. Oh, thank you for listening. I'm Taylor Neely. This is my show, Taylor Neely Show. I'm having fun doing it so far. I don't know where it goes. If people don't start listening, who knows if they do. And I'm also I started seeing this girl recently, and I like her. I really like her. And which is crazy. That puts a screw in my plans, because when I got back from Ohio, I was like, I'm moving to Austin in a year. And right when I make that decision, that hard-nosed decision, I immediately start seeing this girl. I'm like, oh my goodness, this girl is like the first time in a while where a girl is like, I can tell she's into me because I'm into her also. And it's not like, because the last girl I saw, it was like it felt into me, and then out of nowhere, nope, not into me at all, which is, no one's obligated to like me. Like, if I like you, you're not. That's how it works. No one ever feels exactly the same. I'm sure no one ever feels exactly the same way about another person, and you never be so sure what your person is feeling. The person you're seeing is feeling. But this girl I'm seeing right now, she is into me. I'm into her. It's been short, but it's been electric. It's been fun. It's felt good. It's felt really good, but I don't feel crazy about it. I don't feel crazy about how she's making me feel, which is good. It's good that I'm not feeling crazy about how she's making me feel. I'm feeling pretty level-headed about it. I'm excited to see where it goes. It could go nowhere. It could go somewhere. I think we definitely have different views about some things. And here's the thing. You don't know what I think. I think politically, it doesn't matter, though. It's not going to come up. Here's the thing about me. How I feel politically and how you feel politically, other people, I don't let that, not politically, but views, values, not even politically, because screw that, screw politically, just values in the world and what I think is right and is wrong. If I can just tell, I don't want that to affect, it doesn't affect how I feel about someone, politically, I guess. I don't care where they stand. If I have a good time with you and you're my friend and we have a silly good time, I don't care what you think about who should win an election. It doesn't matter to me, because that stuff is so beyond. Like, it's so a different world. Those people are in a different world, and they don't directly affect my world on a day-to-day basis. They don't. Most people are out here just enjoying their lives, trying to enjoy their lives, trying to be the best person they can be. That's all I'm trying to do, dude. I'm trying to pray to God in the morning, make my bed, pray to God, and say, God, please help me have a good day today. Help me be keep me sober today, because that's all I need to do in the morning and at night. Ask God to keep me sober today and thank Him in the evening if I stayed sober today. Those are the basics. Those are the basics for me that help me have a good day. And the rest is If it's good, it's bad. I can't predict that, but I try to turn it over to God in the morning that God, thy will, not mine, be done, because on my own will, I am smoking crack in the White House. I'm smoking crack in the White House, driving a Porsche 175 miles per hour. I'm the president's son. I'm smoking crack. I am the president's son. On Taylor Self-Will, that's where all roads lead to, if it's on my own self-accord, is doing cocaine in the White House and getting away with it. And I don't want to do that. As cool and badass as it sounds, I can't do that. I want to have good relationships with my friends. Because that's the thing is Hunter Biden, I don't know if he has any friends. Whoever Hunter Biden's friends are, guys, please get your boy. Tell him he's looking awfully like not the things he's doing are not favorable in the public eye. So please, someone just help your boy out. He's off the hook. It's not a good look what he's doing. It's not a good look. It doesn't reflect good on him, his family, whatever. Guys, it's been good. Thank you for listening, all three of you. Who knows? It could be lucky number 4. Come back next week for episode 5. Thank you so much. I love you more than you'll ever know. Bye.